and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. First is a daily reading, second is a discussion on the reading followed by journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. Thanks for being here for another day of Reparenting Daily. For all those joining in for the first time, if you can go ahead and give us a like, share, subscribe, it would really help us to get some more engagement and to get some 5-star reviews on Apple and Spotify podcast, so we can go ahead and keep the word spreading about this podcast and hopefully continue to reach and help as many people as possible along their reparenting journey. That's one way to support the podcast, of course. Another announcement is that we also have a Patreon community where we meet 3 times a week on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Sunday is a group meditation, Tuesday is a book club meeting, and Thursday is an open topic discussion where we communicate. You can gain access to these group meetings and so much more by joining the Patreon community. Just go to the website, Reparenting Daily, and check out the community tab. There you'll find all the details about what's actually offered. We also have a WhatsApp group and much more to look forward to that will really help you along with your healing journey. And for the last announcement, I'd like to say that we are just releasing our first 2 books now at Reparenting Daily. So you can go to the website, check out the bookstore tab, and at the top, you will see our first 2 official Reparenting Daily books. So I'm so excited to tell you about those, guys. So the first is Reparenting Daily Journal. This is a daily journal that corresponds to the podcast and will be aligned with all of the episodes starting from the 1st of January. That means that each month has a certain theme, and each week is a sub-theme that corresponds to the theme of the month. So if you're really interested in following along with this project, we're going to be stepping things up. Now we're almost half or just over half the way through the year now. So for the second year of the podcast, we're going to be taking it up to a different level, doing some different things to make it more actually interactive and engaging. So I'm really looking forward to that. You can find that on Amazon also if you just search Reparenting Daily Journal. And the second book is a really interesting one that's close to my heart. I've always been a writer since I was younger, and I like to write stories. I also enjoy research and writing research papers. I just really enjoy writing, and so I've created a book which is called Fairy Tales for Reparenting. And these are a collection of stories, and basically this is volume 1. I'm going to make other volumes as well, but they're a collection of fairy tales that are based on stories that can provide hope and inspiration, encouragement. It's really meant as a way to help you be able to connect with your inner child. So it's a really creative exercise, really for myself to think through these, to have some fun with my imagination. But also reading them is really a good way to connect to your inner child, to get to some of those tender emotions, to do something a bit silly or childlike, You can sit there and, take your teddy bear, if you have one, from the practices that some people say when you're reparenting your inner child. This is something that you can also do to support that journey. It's fun. There are happy stories that will just leave you hopeful and inspired. So let me know what you think of those. You can find both of those on the website, and also check out the Amazon store. They are available on ebook as well as hardback and paperback. And the version volume 2 will be dropping sometime soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be in December or either January, but I'll be sure to let you know. Just working on some final edits there, but hopefully to have that around the corner. So without further ado, let's get started on the daily practice. Today's reading is from the 48 Laws of Power. Today we are reading Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Judgment. It is the fool who always rushes to take sides. Do not commit to any side or cause, but yourself. By maintaining independence, you become a master of others, playing people against each other, making them pursue you. The keys to power. Since power depends greatly on appearances, you must learn the tricks that will enhance your image. Refusing to commit to a person or group is one of these. When you hold yourself back, you incur not anger, but a kind of respect. You instantly seem powerful because you make yourself ungraspable. Rather than succumbing to the group or to the relationship, as most people do. This aura of power only grows with time. As your reputation for independence grows, more and more people will come to desire you, wanting to be the one who gets you to commit. Desire is like a virus. If we see that someone else is desired by other people, we tend to find that person desirable too. The moment you commit, the magic is gone. You become like everyone else. People will try all kinds of underhanded methods to get you to commit. They will give you gifts, shower you with favors, tongue twister, and put you under obligation. Encourage the attention, stimulate their interest, but do not commit at any cost. Accept the gifts and favors if you desire, but be careful to maintain your inner aloofness. You cannot inadvertently allow yourself to feel obligated to anyone. Remember, though, the goal is not to put people off or to make it seem that you are incapable of commitment. Like Queen Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen, you need to sit, stir the pot, excite interest, lure people with the possibility of having you. You have to bend to their attention occasionally. Then, but never too far. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Welcome back. Law 20 advises maintaining autonomy and avoiding absolute commitments to any single person or group, allowing freedom of movement and independence of thought. In reparenting, this principle encourages us to cultivate our inner strength, independence, and identity, rather than basing our self-worth, identity, and sense of security on others' approval or connection. This law is especially relevant in reclaiming our sense of self and sense of self-empowerment, especially after experiencing dependency on toxic or controlling figures in our past. By fostering a strong autonomous inner core, we can begin to honor our own needs and choices without being in constant need of external validation. This is a commitment to ourselves and to our well-being, a dedication to personal growth that allows us to freely engage with others from a place of authenticity rather than from a place of dependency or need for validation. As we reflect on the reading for today, here are some journal prompts you might consider. Explore self-commitment. Reflect on areas in your life where you relied on others for approval or validation. How has that impacted your sense of self? Write about one aspect of your identity that you want to strengthen independently of others' opinions. What small actions can you take to nurture this part of yourself? And number 2, understanding independence in relationships. Consider a past or current relationship where you felt the need to please or prove yourself. How did this shape your decisions and your behaviors? Reflect on how honoring your needs without relying on others' approval might affect your sense of freedom within relationships. And number 3, make a commitment to self-respect. Describe a situation where you've put others' needs above your own out of fear for rejection or judgment. How did it make you feel afterwards? Write about a commitment to yourself, a personal value, a boundary, or an interest that you've chosen to prioritize. How can honoring this commitment help you grow in self-respect? Thank you as always. Take care of yourself and be well. And now let us move on to the final section, the meditation. This is an unguided meditation. I will simply provide some music and you can take some time to relax. Please feel free to choose a location and a place where you feel safe and where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. You can choose to be sitting down, standing, as you like, wherever you are most comfortable. Thank you for being here and enjoy the meditation.